Hey everyone, yasas, que kalos tirfete to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today, I'm in a hurry to make a delicious dessert for a gluten-free dinner that I'm doing tonight. And I didn't make this yesterday because I had such a busy week this past week. But today we're making a gluten-free cheesecake in like 20 minutes. Of course, the prep time is longer. It does take longer to actually bake the cheesecake, but that is work that you're not doing. Your oven is doing that. And then, of course, it's going to take time in the freezer to set, so make sure you have room in that freezer. And your cheesecake will be on the table in no time. It takes about 15-20 minutes to prepare it and mix everything all together, clean up, pop it in the oven, and then when you take it out and you add the topping and the garnishes and everything and take it out, I think total 30 minutes of work. That's all you need, and it's like 15 minutes in the beginning, 15 minutes at the end. You can't beat that. Let me show you how I make a cheesecake in no time that you are going to absolutely love. I am keeping it gluten-free because my guests are gluten-free tonight, and this is just a cheesecake that they love. I make it over and over again every time they're over, and they always ask for it just because it's that good. I'm using my cherry almond cheesecake recipe, except I'm adding a sour cream topping, which is gonna be so good, takes it over the top. This is how we used to make it at the bakery. Let me show you how I make it. Okay, so I have all of my ingredients here ready. So 32 ounces or 4 packs of cream cheese. The sugar isn't on the counter, but make sure you print out the recipe and you have it ready. I'm using my cherry almond cheesecake recipe, but I'm not making a crust for this. Of course you can, but if you're in a hurry, it's gonna add on more time. And since I wanna keep this recipe gluten-free, I'm skipping the crust. I've done this so many times. It is actually the most delicious recipe to serve at a dinner party if you're hosting someone who's gluten-free, because the cheesecake is so rich and delicious. And again, it's made with simple ingredients, and here they are. Some eggs. You want to make sure that the eggs are also at room temperature. And if you're just now taking them out of the fridge, put them in a bowl of warm water and they'll come to room temperature in just a few minutes. You can even switch out the water a few times just to get them at temperature faster. Remember, not boiling hot water. You don't want to cook the eggs. Same thing with the cream cheese. If you're just now taking it out of the refrigerator, you don't want to use cold cream cheese for this because your cheesecake will be lumpy and you want a nice and smooth cheesecake. So you can take the packs as they are, obviously take them out of the paper, and they're wrapped in this annoying foil, which I hate to unwrap, but it's actually perfect for if you want to thaw out the cream cheese a little quickly. You can put them in warm water and the cream cheese will come to room temperature much quicker that way. Or you can take them out of the packaging, take the cream cheese out of the packaging and microwave it for a few seconds. Mine has been sitting on the counter because I knew I was going to make this cheesecake, so they are already at room temperature. So I'm going to take them out of their packaging. Someone please tell me why they use this annoying foil to package cream cheese. I know it probably keeps it from creating a crust on it, but parchment would have been so much better. Or maybe if it wasn't sealed airtight, because when the cream cheese is at room temperature, it just gets stuck onto the packaging, just as you see here. And then you have to either use your hands to get it all off or a spatula. It's just super annoying. I wish somebody would solve this problem by using better packaging. But anyway, that's going in my mixer. That's going to be fitted with the paddle attachment soon. 1 1/4 cups or 290 grams of granulated sugar, and 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. You always want to make sure you use pure. The artificial one does not taste good. And 1 teaspoon of pure almond extract. If you're not a fan of the almond, leave it out, no problem. So we're going to get that mixing on low speed. You don't want to incorporate too much air into this because New York cheesecakes are dense. That's the beauty of them. So just on low speed. That's why it's important for the cream cheese to be at room temperature so everything incorporates really well. Then we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream. My recipe does call for cornstarch, but I stopped adding that to my cheesecake just because sometimes it doesn't blend properly and you do get a little bite of that grainy cornstarch. So I just leave it out now. I don't even mind if there's a crack on top of it later on. The cornstarch is supposed to help keep it from cracking, but the sour cream topping that we're going to put on afterwards takes care of that problem, so don't worry about it. Skip the cornstarch that the recipe calls for, add the sour cream. I always go a little heavy with sour cream. It adds more flavor, like a tanginess, and I love it. So 1 cup or a little bit more, like a full cup. And then we're gonna add 4 large eggs that are at room temperature, one at a time. Once everything has been mixed properly and incorporated, that's really it. This is the whole cheesecake. We're going to transfer it to a springform pan. I'm just gonna spray it with some baking spray. You can brush it with some butter if you'd like. Pour all of the batter in here, the cheesecake batter, and then smooth out the top. My oven is preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. This is gonna bake in there on the center rack for 60 to 65 minutes. The top is still gonna be jiggly, and that's what you want, because if you overcook cheesecake, it starts to get hard, and you want it to be nice and smooth and rich and creamy. So when you're making it in a hurry, like I'm making it today, I'm not gonna let it rest in the oven like I normally do. Normally, I'll let it sit in the oven for 15 to 30 minutes while the oven is warm, but we don't have time for that today. And last time I made this cheesecake in a hurry and I skipped this step, it was the creamiest cheesecake that I ever made. So now I just don't do it. I take it out. It is gonna probably create a crack because of the sudden drop in temperature, but you don't have to worry about it, because after about 15-20 minutes, I'm just gonna let the cheesecake drop a little bit. We're gonna add the sour cream topping. So while the cheesecake was in the oven, I made the sour cream topping, and you wanna do this because as it sits, the sugar really gets to melt in there, so you'll have the most luscious and rich topping ever. So it's just 3 ingredients: sour cream, again, a heaping cup. I always make a little extra because I love this topping. And then we're gonna add 3 to 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. If you want to add the tiniest splash of almond extract in here, you can add it in at this point. We're just going to whisk this all together and set it aside until we're ready to put it on top of the cheesecake. So once the cheesecake drops a little bit and settles, we're going to add the sour cream topping, put it back in the oven, this time at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 10 minutes. You just want the sour cream to cook a little bit and kind of set. Then we're gonna take it out of the oven and let it sit at room temperature for about 20 minutes, and then put it in your freezer. Before you put it in the freezer, just run a knife along the edges to kind of release it from the pan, and leave it in the freezer until you're ready to take it, if you're taking it to a dinner party or if you're gonna serve it that same day. Take it out just a few minutes before you serve it. Carefully take it out of the springform pan. This should be really easy. And then you can just serve it with the bottom of the pan attached to it, just so that way you don't mess with it and break it. Just put it on your serving platter. You can top this with fresh berries like blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, a combination of them, or just one kind. Totally up to you. You can leave it as is, or you can make my cherry topping. That recipe is on the blog under the cherry almond cheesecake recipe, and I'll post the link down below. But that's really it. The cheesecake just takes about 15-20 minutes of preparation in the beginning, and another like 10 minutes later on to take it out of the pan and to decorate it with those fruits, and then you'll have a delicious cheesecake on the table. Nobody will believe how quickly this was made, and it's just a few ingredients, very basic ones, to create this beautiful, delicious dessert that everyone is gonna absolutely love. And just like that, my gluten-free cheesecake is ready. If you are more organized and you still wanna do this in a hurry, of course you can make this the day before. But I would follow the instructions exactly how I did them for the quick one, because I did this last time when I was bringing a cheesecake in a hurry to someone's house. I had to do it last minute. And cheesecake is the last dessert you think of when it comes to making something last minute. You would think of maybe turnovers or something that's no bake. But this came out so good. It was so delicious. It was so creamy. It was actually the best cheesecake I had ever made. And that's because I didn't have much time, so it didn't sit in the oven the extra 15-20 minutes that I usually keep it in there. It just didn't dry out at all, so it was rich and dense and creamy, just like a New York cheesecake is. And nobody missed the crust either, because I have made this gluten-free with gluten-free cookies, but I swear it tastes so good without the crust. If you're not keeping it gluten-free, you can definitely make your favorite crust, whether it's a graham cracker crust, a Biscoff, or whatever cookies you love. You can use that crust and make it. It's gonna, of course, add more time. So if you're in a time crunch, skip the crust, make this recipe. Let me know how it comes out in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You can print this recipe out on my blog, dimitrasdishes.com. Kalio Alexi.